Hi, I'm Jeff Wurgis. I've been coming to the Good Doctor's practice here for almost 2 years now. I was a patient for a traditional chiropractic for almost 20 years, and during that time I was a runner and also a salesman, and I did a lot of sitting at computer and a lot of driving. And about 3 years ago, before I came here to this practice, my wife and I did an extensive drive out to Arizona and back, and during that time I acquired some incredible shoulder discomfort and pain. Being that I'm a bit of an organic type of person, I don't take any type of drugs or anything, but I really had a problem when I came back here. I had what is known as a frozen shoulder, and so I came. And manner of adjustment was something I was totally unfamiliar with, and we began a series of treatments, and over a period of time the symptoms were relieved and went away, and it's been really fantastic. I've had absolutely no issues with my back and shoulders since I've been coming here. And in the past, even though I was doing traditional chiropractic, I would have maybe on every 3 months issues with my lower back, and now I have none. It's fantastic. So I would encourage anyone that is having issues to come here, have a consult, have an exam, and give it a try, because it's just pretty amazing how well it works.
Hi, this is Dr. Scholar from Balance Living Chiropractic and Functional Medicine. This is Travis, one of our patients. You've been with us for how long?
It's almost a year now.
Almost a year, yes. And go ahead and tell everyone what brought you in.
Yeah, so I've had spinal fusions, got all sorts of problems, nerve problems, demyelination in my cervical spine, cervical spinal cord, which leads to all sorts of neuropathy in the legs. This was just one of my last resorts, trying acupuncture, trying personal therapy, all sorts of stuff, and nothing was seeming to click.
Let me stop you there. So,
yes, sir.
Some of the things he said he's got myelopathy or demyelination of the spinal cord. What that means is the wrapping around the nerves is starting to go away, and so that's causing severe nerve pain.
Yes.
This is causing you to not be able to work.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Go into a little bit more about what was it stopping you from doing in your life?
Yes, I mean almost everything. I think I was in bed most of the day, all day. I was on heavy pain medication, nerve medication, all of that sort of stuff. And my grip strength, I think, was down to like 3 pounds or something like that for a while. And couldn't walk for very long, couldn't stand for very long. Just daily life was very limited.
Yeah. And so, and you're how old?
I am 34.
34. So
Yes.
very young. He's got 6 kids.
6 kids.
Not able to work.
Yes.
And in bed.
Yes.
Which is horrible.
What?
When Travis first came in, we did our X-rays. We did a nerve exam. Severe issues in the spine, obviously,
Yes.
especially because he had 5 fusions. When we did the nerve exam, his arms and his legs had 50% damage or more. Left arm had 100% damage into it. So we were dealing with a very severe amount of damage to
Yes.
your body in general. And
Yes.
so let's go through what's happened since we started care with you.
Yes, so I think it was a short period of time, but several months after we started seeing you, I think several months after I got off all my pain medication, and then a couple more months I got off of my nerve medication, and that was, I think, just before actually I started the nerve therapy. So the adjustments and whatnot, they got me to a stable point where essentially I was able to start going to the gym more often and doing that sort of stuff that would be beneficial to my body. And I mean, I go through a day without being in bed now. It is fantastic. I spend time with the kids. I do a lot more work than I used to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so then a few months into just chiropractic care, Travis
Yes.
started our neuropathy program. He's
Yes.
doing the home treatments, and that's been a pretty big benefit.
That has been a huge benefit. So in the winter time I get worse, I think, with the demyelination, and it typically puts me on heavy pain medication all winter. And I wasn't on nerve medication, I wasn't on pain medication, and quite honestly, I had a couple nerve flare-ups, but it wasn't much.
Not like we were used to.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah. And so, at this point, you told me I think you were starting to look for work
Yes.
again,
Yes.
which is awesome.
Yes.
Like you just said, you're playing with the kids, you're
Yes.
helping around the house again, so I'm sure your wife loves that.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And you love it too, because
Absolutely.
your kids.
Yes.
What else would you want to share with people about what you've been through, and what about these treatments that we had to offer?
Yeah, so I think the big takeaway is for me is that there are alternatives to the medical field, and explore them, and especially here. I was kind of pushed away by chiropractic care essentially because of it was just a band-aid, and I didn't want people to touch me like they were touching me. For my surgeon sent me there, and he's like, oh, go here, and they made everything worse. And so I was a bit nervous coming in here, to be honest, but now I'm a big proponent, and upper cervical and just the total care that you guys have here. Keep searching. Don't let your body dictate your lifestyle. There's answers out there, and you can find a lot of them here, I think.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing your story.
Yes. Thank you, doctor. I
know
appreciate
you're
it.
going to help someone else out there.
I hope so. Thanks.
It's Dr. Scott from Balanced Living. I'm with a patient, Carl. He's going through our neuropathy program for the last about 4 months now, and he wants to share the successes that he's had. He's also going to go through stuff that he went through before he found us. So Carl, what you came in for, what was your symptoms, what you have tried, all that stuff.
Yeah, basically I had some issues with my feet, burning feet, and I basically tried everything. I did all the stretches and everything. Ultimately, my sister found you on the marketplace and tried this process.
So I know that, from what I remember, initially you were having to soak your feet every day in water. Is that correct? To try to control the pain? Can you go in a little bit more about what you were doing?
Yeah, my feet were just so hot all the time and burning. I always put them in cold water. It seemed to help quite a bit.
But it never fixed anything, just was helping to relieve the burning sensations.
Pretty much.
And then I believe you also went through some general chiropractic stuff. You went through decompression therapy. You went through laser therapy. Yep. And all of that was not really helping, maybe small amounts here and there, but nothing ever lasted.
Yeah, never fixed it.
And so over the last 3 months, we did a re-exam on Carl a couple weeks ago. He's shown about 50% improvement in terms of our examinations there. What does 50% improvement feel like to you? What are the symptoms that you still have? What don't you have anymore? How does it change your life?
Basically, I can have much more mobility. I can go out and socialize more, and I don't really have the pain as much as I used to. So.
And then when the pain is there, not as intense, or is it still the same intensity?
Sometimes at nighttime it's a little bit worse.
Yeah, and that's a pretty classic thing with neuropathy is at nighttime it does get worse for a lot of folks there. So we still have some ways to go, obviously, but we're heading in a good direction. First time in a long time for you.
Yes, sir.
So with anyone out there that would see this video, what would you tell people about suffering neuropathy? What to try? Should they do this? Give your opinion.
Definitely, you have to be committed, and it's something that I would definitely recommend trying. And it really works great so far.
And the biggest thing is the commitment. You do the work, you're going to get the results that you want. So appreciate you sharing your story there, Carl, and I know you're going to change someone else's life.